up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Seder. Today we are talking about Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Too late, my time has come.
Okay, so I'd never heard of this book before, but I saw a pin on Pinterest and it was like, this book's amazing, it's so hilarious, you're gonna read it over and over and you're gonna want your friends to read it so they can see how amazing it is. And it's just going on and on about like how amazing this book is. It has this huge following, this big fandom behind it, and everyone seems to really love it, and it just sounded really hilarious. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot, and meh, kind of underwhelming, which was a little surprising. I think it just has to do with maybe because I listened to it, because there aren't any chapters, so it just kind of goes on and on and on, and I got a little lost sometimes. Not much happens, and there really isn't any commentary behind anything that's happening until the end, and it was just a lot of silly, random things that just didn't really connect for me. And I feel almost bad for not liking this book because I feel like I'm missing something, like I need to read it again, but it just really wasn't doing it for me. In a nutshell, Good Omens is basically about Armageddon coming upon us. The Antichrist has been misplaced, no one can find him, and it sort of follows this angel named Aziraphale and this demon named Crowley as they try and stop the world from ending. They've been enemies for a long time, which kind of makes them friends, and they don't want the world to end. They think humans are entertaining, so they're gonna try and find the Antichrist, but that's where it stops. That's what the book's about, but that's not really what happens. It's just kind of like things go on and it's like this is sort of happening, but really we're doing this kind of thing, which made it seem very disjointed. I did, however, like the end when it talked about nature versus nurture because, and spoiler warning here, the Antichrist didn't want the world to end either because he was raised as human. If the demons had known where he was, he would have been raised as a demon, as the son of Satan, and he would have brought Armageddon. But since he was raised isolated, he was raised like a human, so he didn't want it to come, and the world didn't end. Which, I did like that part. That was cool. But that was really the only meta thing that happened in this book, so that just kind of leaves me at a loss for why people are saying that it's so, like, amazing. It's really just kind of a funny book where little funny things happen, but it's very disjointed. I feel like it might make a pretty hilarious movie or kind of a funny TV show, but as a book, it just didn't really work. So as I'm sure you can tell, this book is just very underwhelming for me. Why can't anybody ever just be whelmed? I don't know, Robin, please tell me why. But it was just very meh. There's definitely a place for this book. It is very similar to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so if you really loved that, you'll really love this. And see, I just was kind of like, okay, that was a good book, and that's kind of how I feel for this one. So only 3 stars for me, but I might give it another shot just because everyone seems to really love it on Pinterest. Okay, so next week, probably going to be telling you why I think the Asylum series by Madeline Rue is amazing. I really love Asylum, and I haven't ever reviewed them because people don't really seem to like them, but I really like them, so I'm gonna tell you why they're awesome. Except for the third one. The third one did suck. If you read them, just read the first 2, because the third one was... yeah. So, anyway, that is everything I got for you today, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye!